So, that was kind of my view of the hackathon. I'd love to get some feedback from Jim and Ted and some of the others of you that were at the hackathon. So Ted, what did you think? Okay.
Ted has left the building.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my mic muted. Um, I thought it was great to put faces with names and to sort of work more closely with people. I'm glad that people got started with the Vivo Vagrant, and hopefully next time we do something like this, people will be beyond that point, so we could dig in a little deeper. And I hope it just sort of makes these calls a little more productive in that people already sort of know each other and have an idea of what they want to get out of them. It also occurred to me later that we should encourage people to create accounts on the DuraSpace wiki, and so I'm putting a note in the call
It's not
notes.
possible.
So you
How
have
do you
to
create
email
an
them
account over there? Yeah, I
the
emailed them while we were at the.
old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I still haven't heard from them.
Okay, so maybe Jim would know who to nudge about that, but
Yeah, I don't know
go
what
ahead.
the problem is on that, but Violeta, please let me know. Could you just drop me a note and I will pass it on?
Okay, good. I'll do it.
Yeah, we can't have that.
So Ted, or Jim, what did you think about the hackathon there? You were a great help in facilitating.
Thanks. Well, I was really pleased that I didn't have to help organize it. You guys put in a heck of a lot of work for that and for the entire implementation fest, and that was certainly nice for me. I don't know if it was for you. My biggest impression coming out of it was that although we didn't have a lot of tangible results in the way of code, everyone seemed to be really pleased with their experience one way or another. I mean, I certainly never ran out of people to talk to who were asking questions or complaining about things or, just building the community. So for me, it's a big plus.
Well, fantastic. Well, I mean, one of the last things, and I guess I wasn't sharing my screen here. One of the last things I wanted to talk about, just to kind of do the last exit talk about the hackathon here, was we did a quick exit survey, and I had copied this survey off of another hackathon survey that I found. So this is kind of some basic questions. We had 16 respondents. The problem was is I gave this survey the day after the hackathon at the implementation fest, and that was probably a mistake that I learned. I should have made this part of the process. We had a presentation session at the end of the day on Tuesday where everybody did a quick 5-slide presentation of their work, and I was focused on that, so I didn't get this done in time. But of the 16 respondents, most of the people heard about the hackathon through the mailing list and the implementation list. Some of the people had seen it on vivoweb.org, but basically what that said to me was that what I'm hoping to do, and obviously the number of people that are on the call makes me happy about this because we've got Alvin from the Smithsonian and I see Max from Canada is here, and so I'd like to be able to spread news about the apps and tools group and the hackathon beyond the traditional community mailing list. So it was good to know that most of the people, that's where they heard it. So we're going to make an effort to try and to broaden our reach in the coming year. We asked if people would consider coming to a future hackathon. Everybody said yes. We said, would you recommend the hackathon to a friend? Everyone said yes. So I took that as a really positive indictment, the fact that we must have put on a really good hackathon because people would come back and they'd recommend it. We asked people what they liked about the event. We got responses back like real tangible knowledge, welcoming atmosphere. Jim could take a nap. That was a good part. Um, so, you know, there were some great responses here. What we took from that is that it was good to have a face to face event. So that was a good another validation of actually doing this event where people come physically together into one environment and do it. Um, some of the what didn't you like about the event? Lack of pizza. That was true. There was no pizza. The weather was cold up there. There was not a lot I could do about that. But actually, in all seriousness, we've talked about the next hackathon maybe here at the University of Florida. So
Yes.
we do tend to have pretty good weather here. So
What about the Newfoundland, like St. John's here?
only if it's in
Oh,
August.
Max, thank you.
Only if it's in August, Max. Um,
Well, we are getting like 2 feet snow in two
Oh,
days.
oh, I'm very sorry to hear
oh
that.
dear
It's going to be
gosh.
83 here today.
Oh, wow. Well, it's a long way to fly here. Like just off the topic, I was stuck in New York for over one night, so
Oh
it took
man,
me 30 hours maybe to fly back. So,
wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, thank you then twice as much
well,
for coming.
well, but to be honest, like you guys like did a great job for the iFest for the hack song. It really made my visit my trip worse. That's.
Well, we appreciate that, and don't hesitate to we want to work with helping you however we can as we go forward too. So
Yep, sure. Yeah, thank you guys.
no problem. An extra day. We did get a lot of that feedback. I didn't even not in the survey. I got feedback from other people. They felt that, and part of this was a weather thing. We had a lot of people delayed. They didn't actually get there till midday. But it is in all seriousness. The next hackathon may be a multi-day event because we feel
Mm-hmm.
like the first day everyone's getting to know each other and they're getting all their tools set up, and that it was about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock when everyone felt like they were really going, and I was like, hey, we got to stop and give presentations. In fact, I think we went an hour later, didn't we, Ted? We went to like five.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, T-shirts. I didn't realize how skinny all the hackers were. So I ordered a lot of larges and extra larges. So apparently we have a lot of emaciated hackers, which is why they wanted pizza. So I have to get shirts. Nobody liked the blue, and frankly, I didn't like the blue either. But I was trying to be, we were trying to be color coordinated with VIVO. So next year we will take a color survey before the hackathon, so everyone can figure out what's the best color for hacker T-shirts.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Rooms could have been better set up for hackathon. More tables, more whiteboards, brainstorm. Yeah, that was true. It was those were logistical things that I hadn't thought of. Um, I would probably get more giant sticky notes. That was one of the things that I had thought of early on that I forgot. But yeah, we needed more writing materials for people to write and share ideas. So definitely more giant things to write on and stick on walls and make diagrams for next time. Um, no Dr. Pepper. The building was hot. So lack of time to do any coding. We didn't have time to do our hacks. One of the things, and I won't read all the suggestions either because we got things like more cookies. So I think people really like the event. But one of the things that Ted and I did talk about a bit was for the next hackathon we might come up with some more structured examples. And what I mean by that is we made a Vivo vagrant, but maybe we make a Vivo vagrant that already has a Django Python app and some data loaded into it, and we have an
Mm-hmm.
idea about turning it into something. And we just
Mm-hmm.
say, here, it's like a starter kit, right? It's like a Lego kit. Like, here's a Lego kit, and it's got these pieces, and go put it together and make something out of it. And we might do one for mobile. We might take a Angular JS thing and hook it into a Vivo Vagrant with some Vivo and say, turn this into a phone app that does like lets you pick people onto a list, to send an email to that have similar interests to you. So like, and then make it into a kit, so that people can run with those ideas, but maybe build the resources a little better. I got some of that that feedback through the survey and through some conversations with people. So again, it's still hard to load data into Vivo, and it's hard to get data out of Vivo. And people want to do it and they're excited about it. But I think that as apps and tools, as a group, we need to. My goal for this year is to try and come up with more examples and make it easier for people. So that's kind of the hackathon overview in a nutshell there. And probably give a better exit survey. We'll do a pre-survey and a post-survey next year too. That was the other thing that we didn't do. But I just wanted to say thank you to Ted and Jim and all the other people here on the call that had attended. And I really appreciate all your help and support. And I think we had a really, really good event. So moving on to a great data ingest tool, I'm going to skip right to Violeta. And Violeta, just to kind of give you an idea here, this group is pretty technical. And it's okay to talk technical and look at source code and give us in-depth examples, because that's the kind of thing that people want to see here. So
Okay,
don't feel
that's not what Karma is. The Karma is actually designed to protect you from all the code and all the.
That's fine. I just didn't want you to feel like you couldn't, talk more technical if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and make you the presenter.
Okay.
You should be getting a notification that says make Violeta the presenter. Oh, there we go. Make Violeta the presenter. There we go. Now you should have a request that says share my screen.
Yes. Show my screen. Can you see that?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, it says Karma in black and yellow.
Yes. So I'm going to show you basically what I did at the Vivo Fest. And I realized while I was in a meeting early on that I did not remove the Vivo 1.5 ontology from my Karma. So I'm going to use the Vivo 1.5 for the demo, which is, I think, okay. And we can model the data with the Vivo Core. I tried already with the Vivo 1.6, and it is a little bit more complicated, but it's actually, it looks complicated, but it's actually much easier when you map that data with the Vivo 1.6 ontology. So as you can see, I have all of those ontologies preloaded, the FOF, the RDF schema, my local TAMU production ontology, that I had to create in order to accommodate for local identifiers for people and organization, and the Vivo Core ontology. So now we're going to import the person file for the demo. I created a separate one, so I removed the identifiers. This lacks one more identifier. And it's of course tab separated, and I import it. It's gonna take a while. And there you go. So once I start mapping, see, it gives me suggestions. TAMU org ID, but that's not org ID. I have to change. This is not organizations. This is the people. So it recognizes immediately what value it is. And this is a faculty member. So I'm mapping it to a faculty member. And this is going to be used, this column, the values in this column are going to be used as key for the class, which are going to be later used to create the URIs. These digits that you see and numbers combination, it's going to come out at the end of each URI. And then I have the net ID, and now it remembers, okay, that was not organization, this is faculty member, so now it already knows. What field is this? This one, also VIVO, ORCID ID for VIVO faculty member. We still don't have them minted for the faculty members, but we will soon. This one is giving me RDF label for graduate student, but this is not a graduate student, this is a faculty member. Because I map them separately. Graduate students, retired faculty, non-academic staff, I have all the models created separately. And first name comes from the FOF ontology for first name. Last name is also from the FOF. That was one of the discussions yesterday in the ontology mailing list. I don't know how many of you follow that. Probably we have to change this one. The VIVO. Oh, yes, I made a mistake. I'll check. I changed it. Next time I'm gonna model is gonna do the same. It's gonna. Okay, I better reteach that. This is the primary email for a faculty member. This is the. Can you still see? I better scroll down. This is a phone from the VIVO core ontology. Faculty member. I don't have the fax, but I'm hoping to get the fax numbers, so that's why the columns are still there. What happened with me? And the title is coming from the VIVO core preferred title for VIVO faculty member. So now I'm done modeling. Now I can go and just publish this RDF. I always click on the inverse properties, and I'm gonna create a new context because I don't wanna. Come on, okay. Click submit, come on, it's working. And now after this is done, the RDF is going to be n triples, and it's just ready to upload via the site admin page, add remove data. This is the output RDF, and I just save this like in a notepad or notepad plus, doesn't matter, like an NT file with NT extension, and I'm ready to upload that file. But also what I can do is publish the model. So next time I get the next data feed with updated information, I can just apply this model, which I'm saving like a text file. You probably all know about R2RML models. So I'm saving this file and I'm applying it to the same data next time, and I'm done. I don't have to go through the modeling like I did here. I could have done that too now, but I just wanted to show you. So next I'm gonna get the positions file for my faculty members, and it's also tab separated file. And this is where it gets tricky, where you really need to know the ontology. Look, this doesn't know what it's doing. It's giving me VIVO date time. That's not right. It's UID. And this is the key for the class, and it's for faculty member. Job title is the preferred title for the faculty member. I'm gonna do the org ID first. Again, wrong suggestion. And it knows it's TAMU org ID for organization. And this is also key for the class, for the organization. So now you see this is a wrong relation. So when you click on this, you can see that the problem is in the outgoing links, in the connection. So I'm going to remove those links and add the incoming links. And which is my class? I'm going to click on all nodes. It's position. Something around about the position. It's VIVO position. Oops, something's happening here. Gosh, what did I do? I click by accident on the control panel. And this is position for person, because this is a faculty member, right? And when I click submit these changes, it's gonna change. But this is still not correct exactly, because we still have problems with the outgoing links. They shouldn't be there. They should be in the incoming links, because that's how we do the. So now it knows that it's a VIVO position. And now I'm going to also search the position, but this is position in organization. That's the relationship now. And when I click submit, you will see that it changed and now it's all correct. So now when I go to the department to assign the semantic type, I'm of course assigning it from RDFS, the label for FOF organization. And now I have to map the position type. It's faculty, it's preferred title for faculty for VIVO position. But I still won't have a link. If I go like this and I publish the RDF at this point, I will get blank nodes for a position. So in order to avoid getting those blank nodes, which will not populate VIVO correctly, believe me, I tried it, I have to do some, create a new column. And the name of that column is going to be the URI for positions. So here I'm basically going to say, it still remembers. See, I'm getting, this is a little Python command. I'm saying I want the position, the get values from the UID for the person, this one. That's key for the class, and get the value from org ID, that's key for the class for organizations, and also get value for position type. I could have stopped here after the org ID, but that only will be good if you know you have faculty members that have only one appointment within your school. But we all know that's not true. So that's why we have to accommodate this and get another, how do I say, in English I lost my words. Get another column or another value that we want to distinguish them about. So I chose the position type, which is faculty member. And I can click on preview the results, how the URIs will look. Come on, did I click this? And okay, it looks okay. That's how the position URI is going to look like. So I click submit. And I have another column now, which was created based on those commands. So here, if I want to get the URI, I have to go into the advanced option, and I'm going to say this column now contains URI for the node of position, VIVO position. And I click submit. And now I have a perfectly designed position file. And I publish the model. I'm going to create a new context again because these are test files. And come on, should come up with a link. It's going to give me an error now. It's so slow, yeah. Why is it not? Okay, I'm going to click submit to this one. Doesn't matter. So I will replace data in some old file. Doesn't matter. So now it's working and asserting all the relationships. And this is the resulting RDF. And looks okay to me. Position, individual. Maybe it doesn't look okay because I picked another. It doesn't, but it's okay. You know what I mean. You have to choose your context correctly at the end. And then I can also publish the model, the R2RML model, submit. And now this model, I can use it next time if I want to import another set of position when I get the new file, new data feed. And that's all I had. Any questions, I would be more than happy to answer.
Can you show us or describe how you reapply the model for new data?
Yeah, I can show that. So let me go, and I'm gonna get, let's say, this person demo. Oh, the problem is I didn't save that model. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna find another one that's probably gonna work. So I go from the menu here and I say apply R2RML model, but it's not here. That's my model, but that model has more columns than this one, so it won't work perfectly, but we can adjust it. You will see it's very easy. Even if something doesn't get immediately right, it's very easy to adjust the model. And by the way, this is my personal laptop. Oh, I can click this. Overloaded. Did you see that note? Model successfully. Did you see this? Yes, it tells me description, column UIN does not exist. So it recognized, the model recognized that my model had a column of UIN IDs for people at my institution, but I removed it for this demo. But the model is smart and recognized that it doesn't exist. So it's connected. So I'm now ready. It's all correct. UID, net ID, ORCID ID, label for the first name, for full name, sorry, first name, last name, middle name, primary email, fax number, preferred title, everything's correct. You see?
Mm-hmm.
It recognizes you're missing one of those, so it tells you, but I'm fine with it now. So I can go again, publish it. And I hope this works because sometimes I have no idea. My laptop, my mouse. Ted, I think you noticed that on my laptop. I can click the mouse. It's misbehaved. You see, I can select this. New context. Okay, good. And I submit, and that's it. And it's gonna work the same for positions. You just apply the same model you saved. The word is correct, you know for sure correct. I usually go and examine, sure it works. Sometimes, remember if I expand this, I don't know if it's gonna work. Sometimes it doesn't connect all of the position URI or the position type to position, but that's very easy. You know how to do, you know what you're supposed to do, so it doesn't interfere much with the process. And now this model is published, to which one we applied our to RML model. And there you go, I'm getting the triples again.
Okay.
Yep.
I have a question, like, is there any further explanation for those the step you build a link from two models, like a class link, those
Yeah,
Python?
yes, I know. I'm gonna have to write something up for that, and I'm writing it, and hopefully will show up soon. And it's in the videos, actually. You can, if you make it a large screen, you can see the command, and you can kind of guess. You know, you can reapply to your own IDs, because I don't know what kind of data you're gonna get. You know, what kind of names you name, how you name your columns. All depends on the data feed you're getting.
Okay, so they have like a format. You just need to replace or add more.
Yeah, you're just saying I want value from this column, and I want value from this column, and another value from another column. So I make sure that each faculty, so when I enter a faculty member that has dual appointments, I don't get two entries. I get only one entry and two positions for that person. So that's why this
Okay.
works great for me.
Okay. Another question was is that when you did the first model, like a faculty member, I was a little bit confused the name. You was choosing both name and also
Because
Vivo.
I'm using the VIVO 1.5 core ontology right now, I didn't have time to remove from the preloaded ontologies. So
Okay.
even if I loaded the core VIVO core 1.6, it wouldn't have worked because it still knows that I have the VIVO 1.5 preloaded. So
Okay.
it will always recognize so I have to clean up the file in Karma to remove the VIVO 1.5 and put the VIVO 1.6, so I can use the vcard. That's because all of those are replaced now by vcard properties.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.
And I think this video is going to be recorded, right? So maybe you can go back and see the position.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure. Yeah. That's
this has been recorded, so you can go back and watch her again.
You can go
great.
back and watch her this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. You guys are so thoughtful.
Hey, I have a question here from Alex.
I don't know any.
I have a question here from Alex here at UF. He has a question about here we also, besides doing ads, we do subtractions. So are you able to use Karma to create a file
Alert from
where
calendar.
you would actually
SE interviews at for
sorry
May.
about that. Are you able to create a file where you would say pull faculty out that you didn't want, or to take out data that you didn't want? So are you able to use this to take data out? Basically make a subtract file.
Well, we didn't still think about that. We have them all there. I don't know. Nobody has asked to be removed. So there was something going on. Something was talking while you were talking, so I'm not sure I understood everything.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my computer. Basically, I was
Okay.
saying that how do you do updates? How do you go through and update when you get new information?
Oh, I decided to listen to John Corson Reichert. I think he's on the talk now, right? He said, prepare all of your data outside of VIVO. So I'm doing the matching process using SAS, statistical analysis software.
Ah, okay.
Yes, sir. I use that, and from there I get the updated data, and I model that CSV file via Karma and then load it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't know how sustainable that's gonna be, but we are still early in the process, as you know. So maybe we will have to change some of the processes, but as of now, I'm using and utilizing basically that's all of my skills for this. It works great actually. In SAS, it works great. I mean, I have the matching key, the ID for the person, and there is no problem. I mean, subtracting and adding new people. I do it outside, basically, of VIVO.
Very cool. Yeah. No, but this has been I mean, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I hadn't really. This is amazing. I think this is going to be hugely helpful in helping us understand the 1.6 ontology. Because we have custom written Python programs right now that basically do something similar. They take a CSV file and process it through some mappings, and then make RDF, that we add, and we have to rewrite those and find the right mappings. And so this was neat to see the R2 RML model, and yeah, we're gonna have to go back. I'm gonna go back and watch the video again, watch you do it again, and play with it. How hard is it to have you loaded a 1.6 ontology in here successfully?
No, not on this computer. I haven't. On this Karma, because I honestly wasn't thinking, because I had so many things to catch up after I came back from conferences on Friday, that I didn't think that I still have preloaded 1.5 on my personal laptop, and that's why I'm not able to show you the mapping with the 1.6.
Oh no,
But we did try with people from Emory University mapping using Karma with 1.6. So it worked great.
Oh, cool. So it's able to, yeah, no, that wasn't a criticism. I really appreciate you doing it. In fact, I'm glad I got to see it in 1.5 because I understand the 1.5 ontology better. But
yeah, me
I
too.
just wanted,
Still,
but I just wanted to know if it was possible. And so, yeah, I guess you did it with Emory at the conference.
yes, yes, yes. And on my work computer, I did it. Not work computer, my desktop at home. I did it. I have the 1.6 installed on that one.
So you're saying
but we are not moving to 1.6 here still. So that's why all the experimentation with 1.6 are happening at home at my leisure time.
I was going to say, what does your husband think about you working on VIVO at home?
Well, he's in Austria right now, so what does he think? Oh gosh. So
do we have some other questions for Violeta? Max, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, what you have been doing is you do data cleanup outside Vivo and using SAS, right? And
yes.
then matching modeling for the using Karma,
yeah.
right? Okay, yeah. It's
but SAS basically is an environment. I actually do SQL. That's SQL techniques in SAS environment.
Yeah, so
which are actually yeah, perfect for me. Works great for me.
Yeah, same here. Like I also, using SQL to do merging tables, those things, and then using some way to load into Vivo. Yeah, the same area. But I did find that it's a little bit difficulty for me to, because we have like about 20 tables. So, 20 models, it's really hard for me to move from our relation database, those links to the Vivo links. That's kind of, sometimes my mind was, jumping over again, common first. So.
Well, you have to experiment. You see how when I was modeling the position file, how everything was actually upside down. It was telling me faculty member has collaborator organization. So if you know the ontology, you would be able to reassert and imply the correct relationships between those stuff. So that's why you have to just keep experimenting. That's what I did.
I'm also
yes.
Sorry there. I'm looking at the Karma documentation. You can import directly from a database too, so that might be a way to sort of open your database tables and have the ontology loaded as well, and kind of interact with it. Even if it could be a good tool, as Chris said, for learning the structure of the ontology.
Yeah, I actually agree. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yep.
So we just had a question. We just had a question here. Can we load our local extensions ontology into this? And I think the answer is yes.
Yes, I have mine loaded here. My local TAMU ontology, I can open it for you. Sorry, it's gonna open it in Oxygen. I don't know why that's my default for RDF files, of course. And you can you can import any ontology that you need to for your data. For these data sets, I needed this ontology, and that's it. So this is my local ontology. And it's loaded here. You can see in Karma, it's this one, TAMU production RDF.
And does it find suggestions from there, just like it does with the other? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But remember the people file?
Yeah, that's right.
It was this one. This is all local. The UID, it says TAMU. That's my local. That's the prefix. UID. It finds it. Yeah. And also this also is from the local TAMU, NetID. And the organization also is from org-id in the position file. That's also this one here. This is TAMU local, org-id. Yeah.
That's very cool. So is this some kind of? I mean, how hard was this to install on your laptop? I haven't looked at any of the documentation yet.
Oh no, it wasn't hard at all.
Okay.
I did it over Christmas break.
So you're saying
it's not hard.
It takes several weeks?
No. I did it when I was on vacation at Christmas break because I was struggling with OpenRefine and the extension for VIVO extension for OpenRefine, and then I just gave up because I couldn't make it work. And Max Hu from Australia, he suggested Karma. And that's when I said, okay, I'm going to download this thing and I'm going to see how this goes. And there is some great documentation online and videos from Pedro about this, but there is not a good positions file modeling available. So that's why I created that video, and it's on YouTube, so people can go back and look at it.
Oh, cool. I'll have to link this video to that video then.
Yeah,
We'll have to.
yeah.
I'll have to have you email me.
The person and the position file is, yeah. I can send you the links to those YouTube videos
That would be
and you
great.
can put them
Yes,
there.
that would be
Yeah.
great because I think that yeah, this is a very valuable tool for people getting started loading up their Vivo. I mean, what do you think,
Yeah, it's
Alvin?
very easy.
Is this something that you think could help you at the Smithsonian?
Yeah, it's a lot to absorb. Not having really done any work with RDF. I mean, I can read it and understand it, but just it'll take a little bit of a learning curve. But it's a lot better than doing it by hand. I mean, a tool like this will help out a lot, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I like that the JavaScript suggests elements from the ontology for you to look at to pick. That was, and they were pretty accurate. The ones I saw popping up, so
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty exciting.
Violeta, this is Jim. Someone asked me at the Implementation Fest whether you could, once you publish your model from Karma, whether you can then run that against data as a batch job rather than interactive. I thought I remembered Pedro saying that you could, but do you know if I was correct on
Yes,
that?
he told me you can do that, and he said he will create some kind of tutorial for that. But I haven't heard from him in really, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months. So I have no idea where he's at. So I
So
haven't seen, I don't know how that can be done. I haven't seen the option. I really don't know. It's probably somewhere here hidden, and it's definitely possible.
there is documentation on doing
Mhm.
that in the on their GitHub wiki. So I'll put a
Ah,
link. I put a link to that in the call
oh, good.
notes. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it definitely looks like you can apply the models the way we saw here, but from a script.
Good.
And for everybody that wasn't at the Implementation Fest, who's Pedro?
What did you say?
Who's Pedro?
Pedro Steckley at USC, the Information Sciences Institute. It's Szekeley or maybe Y.
Oh, let me.
And
So his
he's
group created Karma.
Yes,
Yeah.
his group.
Yes.
Pedro and another guy. Oh my gosh, again forgot the name.
Well,
But Ted, you are.
he's really responsive. Like he could give you a reply within a few hours if you have any troubles, issues with the comma. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's good to know. Fantastic. So you guys have both worked with him or emailed him and asked
Yeah.
him questions as you're trying to work with Karma and Vivo. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And thank you,
'Cause,
Violeta, for
I've been
making
feeling,
YouTube videos. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Max.
I mean, because we are the late, joiners for this group, so it's really, steep the learning curve for us to catch up, you guys. So the comma, I feel a lot easier to learn the linked data, that how they model those, the tables together. So that's why I've been, using, and testing comma for, few weeks or months.
I agree. It's much easier for me too. Especially because I'm not a coder or developer.
Wait a minute. You just said you wrote all your matching stuff in SAS.
Yes, I did, but that's, I had to learn those stuff because I wanted to do all these other things. Remember, I'm a chemical engineer turned librarian.
We might need some of that SAS code up on GitHub.
Oh, that's right. Once I learn how to use Git.
Well, we're coming up to the end of the hour, and I just want to thank you, Violeta, so much. This has been fantastic, and you're a great presenter, and you always make everybody laugh. So, this has been fun. I hope you come back and be part of our group.
Sure. Vivo Absentus, come on, guys.
Hear you, Violeta, to say you're volunteering to do anybody's ingest on your nights and weekends at home on that nice out there.
No problem, I can do it.
Good.
He's probably got a spring break coming up or something,
Right.
Good.
Oh man. Just a little business before everybody starts dropping off the call. The next call will be 2 weeks from today, and we are scheduled to have Alexander Rademacher from Brazil, who's going to talk about his work with putting lattes RDF data into a VIVO. So that'll be on the 15th of April. It'll be on tax day. So file your taxes and come watch some really cool stuff from Brazil. Ted, did I forget anything? I know we're getting right at the 2 o'clock hour.
No, just thanks again for the demo.
Sure.
And thank you everybody that I see that attended the call today that I haven't seen before. So Hong Yi, thank you, and Max and Alvin and Violeta. I really appreciate you guys coming to our group, and I imagine that I'll get thanks to Ted for sending out the agenda. I had forgotten. We usually send it out a week ahead of time, but this morning I saw Ted had made up for me and sent it out, so I appreciate that, Ted. So we'll send the agenda out for next call, probably next Tuesday. But anyway, thank you everybody for attending. It's 2:01, and I don't want to hold anybody up if anybody's got to get to a next call or a next meeting.
Okay, thanks.
See you, Chris. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.